Jesus Christ. This man is so awkward and sad and just... Guys, you want to talk about Alex Jones? I'm dead ass serious. You want to talk about Alex Jones? I want to talk about Alex Jones. Let's get to the comment section, or the fan art section, and then we'll get into Alex Jones. But like not inside in an intimate way, because that would be
1999. The volcanic eruption started here.
Really gross. I don't know where I'm going with this. First piece of fan art we have here is from Sylvia Silica, a totally normal drawing of Suris with black hole Chan. Totally normal. This is only the 5th drawing that can be considered weird out of the 30 total in my fan art folder of Suris. So I'm not weird, you are. The fact that you have 30, that black hole's real close. Do I just like mimic the art piece now? Just like, do I do like that? Or do I just accept that it's weird and you're weird and this whole thing's weird? I'm not weird, you're weird. Anyway, next piece of fan art is from Pernia. Just says, testing a new tablet. Pernia, your artwork is awesome, and it reminds me why I commission you every time you show it. As always, thank you all for your fan art submissions. If you want your fan art to be shown in a future video, the best way to do so is to drop it into the fan art section of the Discord. With that all said, if you haven't hit the like button already, please consider doing so, and even hit the bell notification icon if you have not done so yet. Or, you know, you should check out the Patreon. That's a thing you can do. Let's go talk about Alex Jones. So, Alex Jones described himself as living in hell, being part of a sick joke and sinking down into a black hole in previously private text messages given to Hate Watch. So we're going to get into some spicy stuff, apparently. Jones' life, as revealed in the text, is overshadowed by a sense of isolation. He appears to chat with almost no one who could be described as a friend, disentangled from his activism or InfoWars work. Nearly everyone with whom he corresponds, outside of very few people in his family, connect with Jones through their relationship to InfoWars, either as an employee or as another pro-Trump influencer. He sends and receives messages with more than 120 people who fit that description. Jones speaks with over 40 people who provide what could be considered as some personal service to him, like his personal trainer. Hate Watch has divided our reporting on the text into a series. This story is part 1, and it focuses on what the messages reveal about Jones's life without the cover of his performance on InfoWars. Hate Watch reached out to Jones for a comment on this investigation by text and email, and he did not respond. It appeared that he blocked his Hate Watch reporter's phone number. We will update the story if he decides to provide comment after publication. Oh boy. Jones writes most openly about the fallout from Sandy Hook lawsuits in text to his father, David Jones. David is a 72-year-old dentist from Austin who is involved in the business of InfoWars. He also demonstrates a willingness to connect with the radical right movement, of which his son plays such an integral part. At one point in the text, Jones shares with his father the contact information of Proud Boys founder Gavin McInnes. On December 18th, 2019, Jones sends a flurry of texts expressing fear and describing living in a black hole. Although Jones does not specify the impetus for his texts, he sends them around the time that news broke that he would face monetary sanctions as a result of the Sandy Hook litigation for the 3rd time. All right, so let's go ahead and go through this. From Alex Jones.
It's no big deal. I get noticed via media, so I just need to start shutting down. I always get my local news a few weeks late via the news. I just need to love it.
Jones resumes the thread over an hour later without receiving a response from his father.
I don't blame you. I'm just freaked out. We are crazy mixed up. It's very scary to almost never learn about this stuff from yourselves. It's very disconcerting, and nothing can stop it, it seems. It's like gravity. A black hole. Black hole emoji. Black hole emoji.
Let's make his hell worse. David Jones did not respond to his son in this thread. Hate Watch reached out to David Jones via email, but also received no response. Josh Owens, who worked as a video editor for InfoWars from 2013 to 2017, detailed in a 2019 feature that Jones expressed despair and confessed to not wanting to run his company anymore in a phone conversation with him. Owens told Hate Watch for this investigation in January that Jones sometimes even used that exact phrase, black hole, to describe his life in private conversations. Jones is a maniac in every sense of the word, Owens told Hate Watch about his former boss. Zach Drucker told Hate Watch that he took a job with Jones after replying to a Craigslist ad and then went on to work at InfoWars on and off for 6 years. He said Jones sometimes expressed dark feelings to motivate his employees to do things to him. He's a massive narcissist, Drucker told Hate Watch on a January phone interview. Drucker said that Jones had roughly 60 people working under him across 3 buildings at InfoWars. Most of the people there are traumatized, Drucker said. Now, part 1 of Infidelity and Surveillance. Hate Watch found messages appearing to corroborate a September 12th, 2022 Rolling Stone story, which reported that Jones may have spied on his 43-year-old second and current wife, Erica Jones. Hate Watch found 2 instances where Jones contacts his security employee, former Austin Police Department officer and Blackwater mercenary Tim Enlow, to apparently monitor his wife. Lisa Fontes, author of Invisible Chains, Overcoming Coercive Control in Your Intimate Relationship, and a lecturer at the University of Massachusetts in Amherst, spoke to Hate Watch about the hallmarks of coercive control, a form of intimate partner violence that includes monitoring or surveillance, often isolation, and can sometimes include physical and sexual violence, verbal abuse, and economic abuse and exploitation. Fontes said monitoring a partner is sometimes a tactic of coercive control. It is usually accompanied by intensive questioning about what the monitor has discovered and then accusations. Jones expressed concerns in the text that his wife is cheating on him, and his communications with Enlow established that he wants information about her whereabouts and who she is meeting. The texts Hate Watch reviewed don't contain any evidence of infidelity by his wife beyond Jones' own suspicions, but in the context of the texts, those anxieties appear to form the pretext under which he justifies the surveillance. A person who is monitored is afraid to move freely in the world. They often restrict their own movements because it's just such a hassle to deal with the accusations all the time. The grilling about you, where have you been, and who have you seen, and what you have said, and why are you wearing those clothes is exhausting and debilitating. Enlow, when reached for comment, directed Hate Watch to an attorney. His attorney did not respond to our questions by press time. Hate Watch reached out to Erica Wolf Jones by text message, email, and Twitter DM. While the text messages appear to have been read, we did not receive a comment before publication. Jones and Enlow's tracking efforts seem to take place on days that Jones himself is conducting an affair. Jones contacts Enlow to monitor Erica Wolf Jones on days when he is also in touch with a woman named Pat Johnson, which is an alias he entered into his phone to represent an Austin-based married woman with whom he exchanges texts of an intimate nature. As an example, Jones texted Pat Johnson on the morning of May 11th of 2020 requesting a
Sucky.
apparently asking her to give him oral sex. Can you just imagine that?
You want to own the liberals? Do you want to beat the globalist media? Then come on down to Alex Jones' Shack, where you can give me one sucky wucky fucky 5,000.
I'm not surprised, just shocked. We are including Hate Watch has confirmed Pat Johnson's real identity, but has elected to protect it in this series. We are including only the details of Jones's apparent affair that relate directly to Jones having his wife Erica followed on, or that relate to content that appear on InfoWars. On the morning of Friday, May 8th, 2020, Pat Johnson texts Jones a series of 9 links to right-wing websites, 4 of which center on what was then the emerging COVID-19 pandemic. Pat Johnson also sends Jones a cartoon drawing of a baby bat with a heart-embedded speech bubble. Jones then starts texting his wife a little after 1 p.m. From Alex Jones to his wife,
Are you going get drunk today?
Erica says no. For almost an hour, from 2:39 to 3:26, Jones sends Erica Wolf dozens of text messages. He accuses her of hating him and his family. Oh dear.
You hate us. I see it in your eyes. You won't even talk to me. Pick up now. You won't even break away from 1 minute to talk to me. Sick. Hope you enjoy it. You hate us. You care less. Is so sick.
5 minutes later, InfoWars news director Rob Dew texts Jones to inform him that they secured a domain name, Say Chinese Virus, which appears to refer to the right-wing propaganda campaign around the COVID-19 pandemic. Haywatch confirmed through leaked data from the company Epic that InfoWars IT director registered that domain on 246 CDT that day. Rob Dew to Alex Jones. We got saychinesevirus.com. Flight guy said he can get one pilot in the air. Do you want it Monday or Tuesday? Jones did not immediately respond to Dew, and Pat Johnson asked Jones when he's arriving at her house. ETA?
Now!
Okay. At 3:40 p.m., Enloe, the former police officer and Blackwater contractor, sends Jones a series of names, addresses, and phone numbers. He also sends photos of vehicles and license plates for Jones to review. Around 4:15 p.m., it suggests that Jones has left Pat Johnson's house, and Jones then turns his attention to figuring out whom his wife may be meeting. At 4:32 p.m., Enloe texts Jones to note that he has already investigated the owner of one of the vehicles that he flagged, and Hatewatch elected to redact that person's name. At 4:35 p.m., Jones starts texting that apparent vehicle owner. Alex to the vehicle owner.
My name is Alex. My wife is Erica.
The vehicle owner. How did you get my phone number? Jones does not reply. He instead texts Erica Wolf 11 times. She replies once. 7 minutes pass, and the vehicle owner sends Jones an exclamation point to reiterate his question. According to the text, Jones apparently drives to the vehicle owner's house after receiving the address from Enloe. Jones texts Erica Wolf that he is outside and he intends to stay there until she picks up the phone. 40 minutes later, the vehicle owner tells Jones never to return. He said, "Don't ever come back here." Over 1 hour later, Jones responds to the vehicle owner,
Stay away from my wife, tough guy.
Regarding Dew's remarks about the Say China Virus domain and the pilot, he appears to be referring to a stunt InfoWars carried out on May 11th, 2020. Jones and his staff hired an airplane to tow a banner over San Antonio, advertising that domain. This man is so awkward and sad and just the fuck. On May 13th, 2020, 5 days after Jones followed his wife to someone else's home and waited outside, Enloe sends messages to Jones that include screenshots from the software Optimus 2.0 GPS tracker. These messages show Jones' wife's apparent location in real time. Once again, the surveillance takes place around the same time that Jones interacts with the pseudonymous married woman Pat Johnson. Pat Johnson texts Jones at 4:30 p.m. on May 13th, asking him if he's able to meet. A little over an hour later, his wife, Erica, texts him to ask if he'll be on time. Jones does not respond. Pat Johnson then sends him 8 different URLs to far-right media sources. Erica Wolf asks her husband, "Why did you hang up on me?" at 7:12 p.m. And Pat Johnson sends links to 22 more far-right websites. Enloe sends Jones a screenshot of Erica's apparent location at 8:17 p.m. The screenshot shows her what appears to be in the vicinity of the Rollingwood Police Department. Jones texts Pat Johnson again in the morning.
On my way. Please, run me a bath.
3 hours after Jones sends the text asking Pat Johnson to run a bath for him, he texts Enloe about his wife.
What is she up to now?
Tennis court at the South Asian Airport Park. Okay, so going through here, this is just marking me. This is making me think of just a terribly pathetic man whose life and relationships have all spiraled desperately out of control. Said man needs therapy. He does need therapy, but apparently his therapy is another married woman. Now, I'm polyamorous. I'm not certainly the person to be like, aha, you've done an infidelity, you monster. I don't know what the agreements are here. I don't know who's okay with who. Maybe Pat Johnson's husband is a cuckold, and he just really, really gets off to somebody of of Alex's caliber in right-wing spaces doing things to his wife. I don't know the situation there, but it doesn't seem like Alex's wife knows about this particular bit of infidelity, And with all of the paranoia he has about his wife's infidelity, I can only assume that he himself is just projecting, since we're literally seeing the evidence of that. Like, literally right the fuck there. But, yeah. Hold on. I need to do a thing here. Do pin report. Oh, I can actually pin messages on here. Hold on. Doop. There we go. Okay. Continuing on here. Pat Johnson consistently shared far-right websites with Jones. In some cases, they may even have influenced propaganda that later appeared on InfoWars. At 11:29 a.m. on May 7th, 2020, she sends him a link to a URL from BitChute, BitChute is a video platform that hosts literally anybody. So a lot of people who are radical and right-wing tend to find themselves on BitChute because, of course, if you make radical right-wing content, then you're gonna end up getting banned off of places like YouTube. Also, I handed T a wrench because I trust T to use it violently. Hate Watch determined that the link Pat Johnson sent directly to Jones to Plandemic, a conspiracy video focused on the COVID-19 pandemic. Alex Jones appeared to have mentioned Plandemic on InfoWars for the first time on the same day, several hours later. Plandemic went on to become influential in spreading disinformation about the virus. Drucker, the former InfoWars employee, told Hate Watch that he recalls Enlow starting to work full-time for Jones in 2018. Tim Enlow is unfortunately a man who sold his soul for Alex Jones, Drucker told Hate Watch. He's not a bad guy. He has a pretty diverse background. I know him and a lot of guys Jones hired are all ex-Blackwater. Those guys are more about paychecks than they are about who they're working for. Drucker told Hate Watch that Enlow and the security staff did not respect Jones based upon his observations. So they're just going to stick a pin in us? Only a few of you. They think of... They think of Jones as a giant baby, frankly. He's having rage fits and hissy fits about literally nothing. Drucker told Hate Watch that Jones tasked Enlow with spying on his employees. He said that he learned this after receiving a promotion, which gave him access to view security footage from all around the office. I can tell you firsthand I was spied on. I was spied on by Tim Enlow and the InfoWars security team. Drucker said that he knows Jones spied on Erica Wolf Jones because he overheard Jones discussing it with Enlow. Now, he's definitely spied on Erica. Alex Jones has made shaming people around issues of sex and sexuality central to the propaganda he produces for InfoWars, while apparently striking a different tone in private. Owens, the former InfoWars editor, told Hate Watch that Jones openly talked about sexual things from around the office. Frequently, targets of Jones' derision have been pornography and people who consume it. He blamed pornography for
birth rates failing in the West
on a March 25th, 2020 episode of InfoWars.
It's one thing if you like to look at a 1960s Playboy, and it's a beautiful woman, and you just admire her scantily clad. That actually excites you more about your wife. But it's not a woman degraded with 20 guys hammering on her like they're a beef tenderizer. That dehumanizes the woman. That dehumanizes the men, and every study shows it.
Does every study show that? Does every study show that people are dehumanized when they participate in pornography? I don't know if every study shows that. And this is coming from somebody who knows a decent chunk of people who produce pornography. Like, I'm sorry, but the information that I get about the sex work industry largely comes down to the fact that there are abusers within it, and there are abuses when you deal with corporate companies that produce that kind of content. But when you're talking about just the production of it on its own, on its face, no, not really. The most complaint I've seen when it comes to sex work in regards of like shooting pornography is that the actual sex part of producing pornography is the worst part of it, because fake sex sucks. Like, it's very hard for somebody to participate in fake sex and enjoy it half the time when you're talking about porn that's been produced by like a big corpo. But that's just the stuff that I've gotten from people who've done that. Continuing on, Jones went on to say that undefined nefarious actors pushed and legalized pornography as part of a plot to
end the family, end reproduction, and end the enjoyment of sex.
Jones has also insisted to his audience that he himself does not consume pornography.
I'm not a porn guy. I'm sorry.
Jones told his InfoWars audience on March 5th, 2019,
once I've been in the real thing, and you have a wife, you have children, It's about life. It's about love.
Jones shares links to pornographic videos in the text Hate Watch has received. The videos he shares have titles that indicate they likely contain the same hardcore content that he derides. Many of the videos, which include in their titles words like cuckolding and hot slaves, along with a variety of explicit sex acts, featuring women having sex with multiple men. Oh, dearie me, my. It is hilarious how that tends to happen. It doesn't always happen, but oftentimes, the thing you bitch about the most is a thing that potentially exists in your closet somewhere. For instance, for me, I bitch a lot about right-wing anti-trans shit. I bitch a lot about religious bigotry. You know why I bitch a lot about those things? Because I used to be those things, and I'm very public about being those things, having used to be those things. I complain about them as much as I do because I experienced them as much as I did from the end of the abuser. So, that is the reason that I do that. There's a reason that a lot of people tend to deride certain things, usually because they either enjoy or have experienced them. On March 25th, 2020, Jones sent a Pornhub link to one of his contacts. Earlier that day, Jones had hosted anti-Semite E. Michael Jones on the InfoWars show and derided Pornhub by name. E. Michael Jones has made criticisms of pornography central to his propaganda and has explicitly blamed its proliferation on Jewish people. During his March 25 appearance on InfoWars, E. Michael Jones described porn in the context of Pornhub giving free accounts to users during the COVID-19 pandemic as the main weapon keeping people inside and disoriented. It's asked in the chat, why is cuckolding seen as hardcore or extreme? It's considered extreme for a lot of people because when you consider the breadth of things that you're willing to do with your partner, one of the hardest things for someone to consider doing is sharing their partner with someone else. And going one step further, sharing your partner with someone else and then actively engaging with and internalizing humiliation whilst doing so, that is considered very, very far away from what most people would consider a reasonable sexual act to be. As a result, it will be considered extreme. Now, sharing your partner with somebody is not news for anybody who's a swinger or not news for anybody who's polyamorous. It's not super extreme for somebody like that. It's not super extreme for someone like me. That's stuff that I've done. At the same time, it can be considered, even for people who share their partners, there are people who are either more vanilla or more dominant who may not be super comfortable with the idea of engaging in a humiliation kink because it feels to a lot of people emasculating to do so. So even for people who share their partners, I can understand why cuckolding can be considered an extreme thing because it's so far outside of things you might consider comfortably in your own relationship. You've been banging my wife, so we're tunnel buddies. Certainty said I will not share mine. Hey, there's nothing wrong with being monogamous. But continuing on here, E. Michael Jones said, "It's meant to destroy families, destroy relationships. It destroys the pleasures of real sex. It destroys families." Oh, that was supposed to be from Alex Jones? Oh, I just made Alex Jones sound much more sophisticated than he's ever been. Jones has never addressed an August 2018 incident on his show in which a shot of his phone appeared to reveal a porn video featuring trans feminine performer Marissa Minx. Following that incident, Minx told the trans-focused publication, Them, that she did not feel Jones needed to be public about any desires he felt, but that he should embrace a different tone on InfoWars. Yeah, it would be really weird if Jones suddenly, started going off
Guys, I've been thinking about it, and I think the good Lord made trans people just the way they are for a damn good reason. And that reason is I love girl dick.
That would be a really weird about face, and especially if he was talking about specific people, that makes it even fucking weirder for him. It turns him from Alex Jones the transphobe to Alex Jones the chaser, and specifically to a very specific adult performer. No, that's way out of the paradigm. But if he were just to be more accepting of trans people, yeah, that would be better. That would be better. Well, Legend, if it turns out that you have a trans woman who looks in every way to be completely 100% feminine, but they have not received a bottom surgery, then it can be reasonable to assume that the dick attached to that girl is in fact, girl dick. It can be reasonably to assume then as well that a trans man who has not received bottom surgery, it can be reasonable to assume that that is also boy pussy.
Stop it. Get some help.
So, you know, these are just the semantics of how the human body works. I understand that may be strange to some people, but that's how it works. I miss the days when yikesy dudes being chasers surprised me. Family is what you make it. So bang your girlfriend and make lots of family. You mean Gawk? Oh, Alex, honey. Let's go ahead and continue. I think especially after the hypocrisy, he owes our community a serious apology, Mink said. Trans mask gets 2 bussies. You're going to get buzzy with the bussy. Jones has been in the forefront of a far-right propaganda effort to associate LGBTQ people with pedophilia, which has inspired harassment campaigns online and in person at events throughout the country. On his show, Jones has repeatedly referred to the LGBT community as the LGBTP community, suggesting the letter P signifies pedophilia.
Because the truth is, it wasn't about gay marriage. It was always about sex with your children. Because it's a satanic ritual to drain off their energy. To drain off their innocence. To drain off their future. The only thing they like better is chopping up your children with a meat cleaver while they rape them,
Jones said of the LGBTQ community on March 18th, 2009. Or 2019. Jesus. The text Hate Watch receives further reinforce the likelihood that the InfoWars host demonstrates different views on sexuality in his personal life than he professes to on his notoriously bigoted show. In addition to viewing pornographic material involving group sex, his wife sends Jones a picture of a black man's erection in the texts. There are no women in the photo. Jones and his wife also exchanged messages expressing favorable views about bisexuality. Erica Wolf Jones texts her husband, "You be bi." So wait a minute. We are literally, I know that, okay, so it's really problematic to assume that everybody who hates trans people, everybody who hates gay people happens to actually be that, because it implies that people who find themselves in the middle of minority and oppressed groups are they themselves the oppressors, oftentimes. Like, the idea that the only people who oppress gay people are other gay people is really fucking yikesy. It's really weird. But at the same time, it's really hard. It's really hard not to talk about it when so fucking often we find that to be the case. So fucking often. When you see somebody like Alex Jones, who is so virulent against LGBTQ people, and yet this person in their hatred is just, in their private life, supportive of it. I hate people like this. I hate people who are fake like this. I do. Like, okay, the reality is, the ideal performer, the ideal streamer, the ideal political commentator is somebody who puts an exaggerated persona out. An exaggerated form of themselves. You want somebody who expresses their views to you honestly, but maybe with an added bit of hyperbole for entertainment's sakes. Alex Jones apparently is not that guy. Alex Jones is apparently the guy who says whatever he can to make money, and then afterwards just reaps the benefits of other people's suffering. Let's get back to where we were. I wanted to see how much longer we have in here. Pornography meant to destroy families. You're dealing with an unstable man is the next section. On October 5th, an anonymous person leaked video footage of Jones appearing to drink alcohol during the day while working at InfoWars. The person who leaked the footage had access to InfoWars-related video sharing sites and uploaded them there, leading to public speculation that a rogue employee had sought to undermine Jones. Drucker, the former InfoWars employee quoted in this story, told Hate Watch that he leaked the video and he did it as a warning to Jones's other collaborators. To maybe show my coworkers that you're dealing with this unstable human. This is the type of person you're taking orders from. Drucker said that he found the footage he leaked while looking into where and when Enloe and other InfoWars staff may have spied on him. Drucker told Hate Watch that Jones would walk around the office carrying a white Dixie cup, and 9 out of 10 times there would be vodka in it. He said Jones would corner him and just feed me shots of vodka, sometimes to celebrate a mundane victory, like InfoWars footage going viral, or Drucker said that Jones would often start drinking as soon as he arrived at the office, which might be as early as 9 in the morning. Owens, the other former InfoWars employee quoted in the story, corroborated Drucker's account. I would see him drinking as soon as he got into the office, which would sometimes be at 9 or 10 in the morning. The former InfoWars video editor, Owen, recalled the Hate Watch. There would be times when he would do it regularly, and other times when he would seemingly stop. Discussion of alcohol feature prominently in the text given to Hate Watch. Repeatedly, Jones asks his employees for liquor. Sometimes he does so early in the day, as he did with his subordinate Timothy Fudge in the morning of August 21st, 2019.
Please, bring vodka to the con room, not the studio. Thanks.
Fudge responds with a thumbs up emoji within tenths of a second. Jones resumes texting him again 14 minutes later.
What's your ETA? Just put it in the conference room.
I'm sitting in... Timothy then says, I'm sitting in there next to the waters. Jones sends a similar message to Fudge on the afternoon of the 23rd of January.
Please tell D to get me a bottle of vodka out of his safe and put it in my office, now.
Jones texts frequently with his personal trainer, Patrick Riley. The men appear to use the word slay as a stand-in for working out. Based on context, Hate Watch drew from photographs and references to lifting weights. Jones sometimes also dispatches Riley to fetch him alcohol like he did on February 6th, 2020.
I am sick. No slay.
Sorry to hear that. Hope you feel better.
Tell Derek to get me vodka.
Jones texted the word slay to Riley 11 times in a span of under 2 minutes around 7 in the morning on February 10th, 2020. Jones appears to have been asking to lift weights based upon the context. The text stops for 5 hours before he resumes to issue a request for vodka.
Please, get me vodka. ASAP in the office.
Text overlaps with police arresting Jones and his wife Erica Wolf Jones for driving under the influence of alcohol on separate incidents. Police later throw out the charge against Jones. Hate Watch details the incident as shown through the text later in the investigation. Jones texts Riley about the incident a little before 5 in the morning.
I got arrested last night. Don't tell anyone. Erica called the cops on me. They pulled me over. They towed my car. Please, get vodka.
Other associates text Jones asking him to get his drinking under control. Russia Today's Bitcoin enthusiast Max Kaiser, who, as Hate Watch previously reported, had advised Jones on investing in cryptocurrency, tells him on March 10th, 2020, to take himself to an Alcoholics Anonymous meeting. The text he sends follow police arresting Jones on suspicion of driving while impaired. These charges were later dismissed. Dude, get to an AA meeting. There are hundreds of them in your area. Trust me, you'll be glad you did. The Mormons there are very kind. Jones also promises to people that he will stop drinking. In a conversation with Erica Wolf on August 27th, he refers to booze as
demon alcohol.
He writes that alcohol
is killing us.
On March 6, 2020, 1 month later, on April 8th, 2020, Jones writes,
my folks will be done with us if we keep acting like hobos.
Our lives are out of control. The longest thread Hate Watch found in the text feature messages from Jones and Erica Wolf that they shared with one another. The PDF of their conversation runs just shy of 300 pages. Parents to 4 children and facing legal and social pressure over Jones' business dealings, the couple repeatedly spiral into lamentations of misery in the messages Hate Watch read. Drucker, the former InfoWars employee, described the couple as having a rocky relationship. Wolf Jones maintains a Twitter account that she used to defend her husband during the Sandy Hook trial and that she used to boost voices who portray him as a victim of censorship. Wolf Jones also appeared in the news on Christmas 2021 when Austin police arrested her for attacking her husband, allegedly hitting him 20 times. Ah, yes, the classic, he fell on my knife. He fell 19 times. I'm very familiar with it. Police arrested Jones for driving under the influence on March 10th, 2020, and Jones told police that he drank a bottle of sake and walked home from a restaurant. He claimed that the argument with Erica Wolf Jones resumed at home, and then he drove off to another one of his properties to get away from her. The text back up his account in that they show Jones agreeing to a date with Erica Wolf Jones and then texting her the fallout of an apparent argument, or in the fallout of an apparent argument. Interspread in Jones' conversation with his wife chronologically, he also communicates with Milo Indianapolis, a bigoted internet performer who ties to Roger Stone. Alex, it's Milo. I hope you are well. Would love to come down and see you sometime soon. Writing to ask if you would consider blurbing my Roger Stone book. I am donating my royalties to his defense fund. I can send you a sentence to sign off if you're keen. Jones messages his wife before responding to Indianapolis, "On my way! Love you!" Roughly 2 hours later, Jones responds to Indianapolis, saying yes before texting his wife. He then texts Erica Wolf Jones 6 minutes later and receives what appears to be automated replies.
Come pick me up.
I'm not receiving notifications. If this is urgent, reply urgent to send a notification through with your original message.
I'm driving with Do Not Disturb
I'm driving with Do Not Disturb while driving turned on. I'll see your message when I get to where I'm going.
Pick up. Okay. I'm calling my family. Over the top. Is this the joke? You're still in the place. Pick up. I'm calling your aunt. Okay, pick up. I'm gonna call her. So you are not picking up. Okay, my phone is dying. Walking home. Next level.
Jesus Christ. Indianapolis replies 7 minutes later as Jones continues to attempt to reach his wife without a response. Legend also says, show us your cat boobs in the chat. So the only thing I'm going to do in response to that is to oblige by dressing even more conservatively. We're just going to go ahead and zip. Wait a minute. Where's my... I don't know which button combination zips up my shirt. I forgot which one zips up my shirt. Well, shit, I guess the boobs are out. I tried to do that joke by zipping up the shirt by saying no more boobs for you, but when my computer crashed, I literally forgot to reprogram in the button that zips up my shirt. That's the one. There we go. Continuing on. Indianapolis replies 7 minutes later as Jones continues to attempt to reach his wife. Brilliant. Thank you. I'll send in a day or so. Jones ignores Indianapolis.
I am not mad. Just go home. I get it. Will always love you. Goodbye.
Erica Wolf texts him back the next day, writing about their children. She adds that our lives are out of control. At least 6 times in the text, Erica Wolf recommends to the InfoWars host that they divorce. Jones describes being in hell to Erica Wolf Jones in a thread that starts on the afternoon of January 15th.
Please, pick up. Are you okay? Been calling for a few hours. Who's right to voice? I will stay late. I have a bad feeling. Who are you with? Why are you not picking up? I'm in hell.
Sorry, phone died and just recharged.
Pick up.
Baby, hardly any power. Erica Wolf Jones then stops responding.
Pick up. I'm calling. Tell him, wait a minute. Pick up, please. So you win. Won't. Okay. I feel it. Who is he? Pick up. Pick up. Pick up. You debt me your location by accident. Just pick up. I'm coming in. It's okay. It's okay. I am your husband, not him. Okay, coming in. Pick up. I love you. Tell him goodbye. Please. Please. You don't need to turn your phone off. You send me the location. Why? Just pick up. I don't care. I'm hurt. Jones just had crashed. Please help. I came looking for you. Please.
After a 7-minute break, Jones resumes texting. He starts referring to a hotel in Austin, claiming that Erica Wolf Jones pinged him from the location. Hate Watch could not find evidence of the ping in the texts.
I love you. You sent me a location ping this morning at South Congress Hotel. I tried to call you all day, so it built up in my mind that he must be a real man.
Jones continued texting in a similar manner until a little before 7 p.m. that night, claiming that Erica Wolf Jones pinged her location to him. Jones resumes texting in the morning, writing,
Let's reverse this destruction.
2 days later, after midnight on January 17th, 2020, Jones picked up the same thread while texting his wife.
I can't believe you wore the wedding ring to fuck him. I'm okay with it. Just don't wear it anymore. It's a joke. You said I never buy you stuff. All you do is buy him stuff. You sleep in and complain all day.
Beep. I wasn't hearing music and it made me sad.
You've been cheating on me for years.
The next part of the story is called Bring Painkillers If You Can. About a week before the incident with the hotel ping, Jones asked his father, David Jones, a dentist, to treat Erica Wolf Jones for pain in her jaw following a conflict between them that he describes as being violent. Specifically, Jones says his wife attacked him and that he pushed her off of him. Jones stresses to his father in the messages that he did not touch his wife's jaw. Jones texts Patrick Riley, his personal trainer, a little after 1:30 a.m.
Dealing with family stuff. Can't work out. Can't slay.
Why am I so small? Why am I so small? What happened? Oh, I was still clicked on VTube Studio when I scrolled down. That's why. That's why. Mistakes were made. So, dear God, it feels like I should be hearing this. Yeah, we're not supposed to hear. These are private conversations. Jones then turns over to his father roughly 4 minutes later and asks him for help.
Dad, Erica flipped out bad. Need to come over by 7 a.m. Please. I'm just now going to bed. She attacked me. I pushed her off when she was trying to drive us off the road. She says her jaw is hurt. I don't get it. I pushed her off of me, but I didn't lay a finger on her jaw. She was spazzing out and smashed my car dash controls. When she gets up, she needs help. Bring painkillers if you can. It may be an act.
David Jones does not reply to the text his son sends. Jones tells Erica Wolf by text about 8 hours later that Dad is here to look at your jaw. Erica Wolf Jones tells her husband that she is filing for divorce, and she relays that his father did not show up. I'm filing for divorce, Alex. I'm done. Your dad isn't here. Jones replies roughly half an hour later,
I really love you. You're so sexy. Let's not be evil.
Jones resumes texting with his father about family matters and work at InfoWars after the incident and apparent violence. A little over 2 weeks later, Jones asks David Jones to help him with another problem. He forwards a screenshot of a text message InfoWars contributor Dan Lyman sent to him. Lyman claims in the messages that Jones' company had not issued his paycheck for 2 straight months. Lyman apologizes to Jones for bothering him with this problem.
We are such a sick joke,
Jones tells his father. This story is part 1 of a series. We'll continue with this in the part 2 investigation down here. And if you want to see that part 2, that's not going to be something we get into in this episode, because it's almost 50 minutes in terms of recording. This is going to have to be something that we break up into a part 2, both for time's sake and to give me time to rest and relax my voice. Because as it turns out, right now, my voice fucking hurts. Alex Jones, how the hell can you talk as if you have a lozenge constantly shoved down your throat, giving you constant medical advice and help as you speak? I ran out of soda trying to massage my throat with sweet, copious amounts of sugar-free liquid. So Jones is starting to sound like Nappa, and that's disturbing. Alex Jones is secretly a bullfrog. I think going through all of this, what we find is that this is a desperately sad man. Like, an awfully sad man who needs everybody around him to baby him and treat him like he is God's gift to the green earth. And if they don't, then they become his enemies, or they are somehow trying to betray him, and he is constantly suspicious of everybody around him. And this reeks to me of a person who hasn't actually made many genuine friendships in the world around him, and instead has focused solely on business friendships, which there are certainly friendships that can poke up as a matter of business that are super great. I myself have 4 friends who are technically business friends, and I trust them with most anything. I seriously would be in a completely different place if it weren't for the Sunset City crew, that being Game Apologist, Channel Pup, Gilly the Kid, and Wayne his boss. But realistically, this is a man who can only make people around him be in his circle if he is offering them something or they are offering him something. There's always some kind of exchange, whether it be fame or finances or favors. There don't seem to be any genuine friendships involved here. And that's really sad. Were this anybody else, were this anybody who did not spend their time harming minority groups for the purpose of making a dollar, literally hiring ex-mercenaries to staff his shit because they care more about the paycheck than the ideology, then maybe I would care. But as it turns out, we are dealing with a person who actually does put their financial gain well and above any of their own personal thoughts. The dollar, the bag, is literally more important than the actual heartfelt beliefs. And even those heartfelt beliefs come with their own baggage. You could maybe be bisexual or maybe actually be completely okay with LGBTQ people, but you shit on them on your talk show for money. You call them pedophiles for money. And then turns out your actual at-home relationship isn't that great either. When you talk about the society being destroyed by porn, you consume just as much as anybody else. When you talk about society being consumed by gay people, you yourself end up being bisexual. It's a really terribly hypocritical look at a just sad, backwashed human being. And I want to feel sad for him. I really want to. But I can't. I don't have any tears to shed when somebody exists only for the grift. I can't. What about you? I guess this is where you let me know in the comment section below how you feel. Because for me, this is just sad. It almost hurts a little bit to read. But I do agree with you, Quincelis. He has definitely burned any compassion that we might have had prior to all of this. But let me know what you think in the comment section below. Hit the like button if you haven't already. All that other fun stuff. And as always, everyone, insert end of video tagline here.